What's up, guys? Hey, so welcome to my podcast here that I'm starting. Bear with me, guys. I'm new to Twitter, new to YouTube, so I don't have all the fancy equipment or microphones or anything like that. So bear with me. I do apologize. I still want to get that process started at some point in time in the near future. So, what I'm going to go over today is the 2019 New York Jets schedule. I'm a huge New York Jets fan. Recently, the schedule has been released. So, I'm going to talk about some of the teams that we're going to be facing here, kind of making my own predictions as far as who will win against and who we might lose against, and whether or not we make the playoffs. So, I'll talk about some of the players and everything. So, I'm going to go ahead and start real quick, guys. So week one, we faced the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills last year, they got a good quarterback in Josh Allen, and looking at last year, he's more athletic than we think, He's got a really good arm, and he can make some plays outside of the pocket. We also drafted Sam Darnold of the Jets, so I think those two guys are going to be, battling out in the division for years to come. Ultimately, what I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with a win against the Bills. I think the Jets are going to win this one. I think based off of the talent that we added in the offseason, such as Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley, I think we have a really good chance at beating Buffalo. Buffalo could be a tough team, though. I don't expect it to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be a close game. Buffalo often plays this pretty tough. So I think we're going to beat Buffalo. So I'm going to mark that as a win. The second team we face is the Cleveland Browns. Wow, let me tell you guys, if you guys watching here are huge Cleveland Browns fans, man, let me give you mad props of the last couple off seasons. You guys go out and get a quarterback like a Baker Mayfield. Before that, you drafted Myles Garrett, who's a great pass rusher and just continuing to exceed expectations, right? This offseason, you go out and you get a guy like an Odell Beckham Jr. to pair him with, Jarvis Landry, who's another really good receiver. So I think the Cleveland Browns, guys, are going to be a great team this year. I definitely expect them to make the playoffs, and they very well could win their division. Easily win their division because with Baltimore having a young quarterback, Cincinnati, being Cincinnati and everything, I could definitely see the Browns winning the division. I'd say it would be between the Steelers and the Browns, and the Browns could shock the world and win the division. So I think ultimately it's going to be a revenge game for us because the Browns beat us last year, thus giving them their first win, and we all saw Baker Mayfield come back, when Tyrod Taylor got hurt last season of that game, and in comes Baker Mayfield and rallies the team and wins. I was watching, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I was like, whoa, but it doesn't surprise me because being from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, seeing highlights, in local news of him playing well, you kind of expect it. So, really great quarterback. Cleveland's got a really good team this year. I definitely expect them to compete for the playoffs. I'm going to say that we're going to beat the Cleveland Browns with a slight edge, which is like I'd say a close game, 23-20 maybe, give or take. Week 3, we play the New England Patriots. Great team. They've been a great team for 19, 20 years, however long Brady and Belichick has been on that team. With the loss of Rob Gronkowski and some other key players losing, I am going to say that as a surprise win, we're going to beat the Patriots. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to sweep them or anything like that, no. And I don't think the Patriots are going to sweep us. I think they're going to play this very tough, and I think very well that we could split the series 1-1. I think that's more likely to happen. So right now, the first 3 weeks, I have the Jets going 3-0, favorable schedule. Then we have a bye, okay? The next team we play is the Philadelphia Eagles, another really good team with a good quarterback. The Eagles, they've been making some good acquisitions, and I like the addition that they got for Jordan Howard of the Chicago Bears. I think he's going to help their running game tremendously. But with this one, Philadelphia and that defense, though, I don't know. I'm going to say that, reluctantly, I think the Jets might lose that one. I think, Philadelphia, they have that talent and everything, but, I'm hoping that they win. So I'm going to say we're probably going to lose that one. It would be 3-1 for us. The Dallas Cowboys, another good team, but, it's one of those situations where Offensively, they got a great running back in Zeke Elliott. They got a decent quarterback in Dak Prescott. I think our defense is going to be loaded up and be able to make plays. I think we can have Tremaine Johnson shut down Amari Cooper, who I think Tremaine Johnson is going to have a good year considering how the fact that he has familiarity with Greg Williams when Williams was the defensive coordinator for the Rams back then. So I think we're going to win that game. So I'm going to say 4-1. New England, we play them on a Monday. I'm going to go with a loss on this one. It's rare that when you play the Patriots, you beat them twice. Being a Jets fan, I know that, beating the Patriots, it's hard enough to get one win against the Patriots, but yeah, I don't know if it's going to be two wins. And by that time, they're going to be in midseason form, so I do expect the Patriots to win. So I got the... So far we got losses by New England and Philadelphia. Then we're going to be traveling at Jacksonville. And I'm going to go with the Jets on this one, surprisingly. I like Nick Foles as a quarterback. I think he done really well with the Philadelphia Eagles. But I think, with the uncertainty of, could Leonard Fournette, still be an active running back considering, his issues with the Jacksonville Jaguars front office and everything. He may start, he may not. He's a talented running back. They did lose some guys on defense and everything. So I do expect the Jets to be competitive in that game. I don't think we'll blow the Jacksonville Jaguars up, but I think that we can beat them. Sunday, and this is going to be on week 9, is at Miami. Bro, Adam Gase against his old team. You know he's going to be, wanting that win, especially how he was fired from his old team. There was some reports out there that, there may be friction between him and the front office, yada, yada. I've seen some articles on there. I do expect the New York Jets to beat Miami, and I think Adam Gase is going to prove to Miami it was a mistake for you letting go of me, considering I think he was with them for three seasons, I believe. Next game after that, we got the New York Giants. Oh, I forgot to mention, after we played the Patriots, week 3, we had a bye week. I'm sorry, made a correction there. We had the New York Giants. Battle of New York. So, with the Giants, uncertainty at quarterback, could Eli Manning be the quarterback? Could it be a rookie quarterback? They did lose Odell Beckham Jr. via trade. They got a really great running back in Saquon Barkley, who I think is going to have an amazing career. Definitely a very talented young running back, man, and definitely earned a lot of respect, against other opposing teams. So, I'm going to go with the win there. The next team that we play is the Washington Redskins. Tricky situation because they don't have Alex Smith. They may not have him because of that gruesome injury that he suffered, Sad to see that injury, man. You never want to see anybody go through any type of injuries whatsoever, I do hope he makes a full recovery, though. Is it possible he may not come back? Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of similar to the Joe Theismann injury. But, in today's world, with today's medicine and everything, who knows? He may be able to come back and play, like the Alex Smith of old, But I think with Washington, I think we're going to win. So I'm going to count that as a W. The Oakland Raiders are a tricky team. The Jets and Raiders, it's a little up and down. John Gruden and the Raiders, they have Antonio Brown. They have those guys like Derek Carr. They may get a quarterback, and we'll see how those 3 first-round picks, work out. Against Oakland, we don't do so well against them for some reason. It's kind of like back and forth. And I think it's at our area. If it was at Oakland, I would say Oakland because traveling all that way from our end, from the country to Oakland, is a long distance. And Oakland, they're pretty tough to beat for us. The Jets recently, they're tough to beat, at their home stadium. But because they're playing at our stadium, I'm going to go with the win there. Cincinnati is a very tricky team. I think that Cincinnati are going to pull away with a win against us. They got a lot of power. They got a lot of talent on offense of the side of the ball. Defense, they're scrappy, so I think that they're going to play pretty well. Miami is another team that I talked about earlier that I think Adam Gase could very well win against. So let's see. So let's do a quick recap so far. So I already have losses. Philadelphia, New England, that's two. Let's see, New York Giants, Washington Redskins, Oakland Raiders, that's three. Cincinnati, four. Miami, I think that we're going to win that one. I don't think Adam Gase is going to let his old team win. So I think he's going to give it, everything that they got. So I think Miami, we're going to beat them in Week 14. Week 15, we play Baltimore. And, when we play Baltimore, they're going to be a tough team to beat. I think that we're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens just because Lamar Jackson, I think he's a good quarterback, but teams now have a year of film of him, and I do expect the Jets to play well. And Greg Williams in that defense, I think, is going to have some familiarity with that division. You also think about C.J. Mosley, who was with them for those years. He knows what kind of defensive style they play. So I think having those two guys is going to help. I do like the fact that they went ahead and got Earl Thomas in free agency. I thought that was an amazing pickup. But I do think the Jets are going to win there. So right now it's still at 4 losses. Pittsburgh, that could be, a tricky situation, given the fact that, Big Ben Roethlisberger, was a great quarterback. Lost Antonio Brown. You lose Le'Veon Bell. I think that it's going to be a revenge game for Bell. I think he's going to come out winning and just, run crazy and beat Pittsburgh. So far we're at 4. Buffalo's another tricky team. The last time I remember we played them at the season, we didn't win so well against them. I think the Buffalo Bills could very well beat us. So I have us right now at 11-5. Tell me your thoughts, on my Twitter, YouTube, how you guys feel about that. Jets very well could go 11-5, 10-6. I don't expect them to win the division. I still think that the Patriots very well are going to win the division. As long as you got Tom Brady on there, you got Bill Belichick. Man, those two guys are always going to be competitive, so I definitely expect the Patriots, to still win the division. We'll be close, but I don't think that we'll quite get there yet. But I think we can compete for a wild card spot, whether it be a 5th seed or a 6th seed. But I'm going with my predictions at 11-5. So tell me what you guys think of this video. Who are you guys going for? Go ahead and check out on Google and see the Jets schedule and see who you guys think is going to win. Feel free to drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and let me know how you guys think. So thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I hope everyone's doing really well in life, and you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Okay, peace out.